Good afternoon, everybody. The second live stream. So the idea of these live streams now is hopefully to bring out information on our favorite stocks a lot quicker. And these will replace what
Good
I
afternoon,
oh
everybody.
hang on.
The second live stream.
Don't want to hear myself. Still getting the grips of this, but the idea is these will start becoming the videos rather than me spending 2.5 to 3 hours editing the videos and then getting them out later, and then the news is redundant. I thought better to get the information out quicker. So these streams will get better and more slick, let's just say. I've still got to get a better camera and all of that, but we are live. I trust you can all hear me. I'm going to give it a moment just for people to get into the chat and all that good stuff. So I can see we have Paul D talking about Prem. Not going to talk about Prem in this video. We have the Titans. Hey, Damien. Hey, nice to see you. Oh, yeah, Paul, lots to talk about today, mate. And we do, Paul. Yep. So let's just get straight into it. As you can see in the background, let's bring this up. Kodal Minerals. 1% up on the day, but at the peak, we seen a lovely jump of, well, I don't know why it's saying 3%. There was a period where it was a lot higher. It did get over 0.72. But on the week, as we even looked at briefly yesterday in the live stream, we've had a fantastic month. So today we had an RNS which made the stock pump, and I just straight off the bat bought on the open, completely blind, on the market open, got shafted at 0.72. I put it into the Discord. I bought. The reason that I bought was because this was just great news and good RNSs, and a company that's putting stuff like this out, in my opinion, should be, because this is all a long hold, a 20-30 hold. I'm more than happy with that. People that follow the channel will know in the last few videos, unfortunately, I'd not got a full position that I would like. So good RNS. There was a bit of uncertainty around the funding, and we're still hopeful that an RNS potentially will come tomorrow. I suspect we will have an RNS tomorrow, one way or the other, about the funding. Doesn't really bother me too much about the funding. With an RNS like this today, the funding is a foregone conclusion. It's just a question of what time. So I bought some today. I was going to earmark another purchase, but I'm just going to hold fire just to see what comes tomorrow. But look, this has had a great run. Today, 2% up or whatever, it's irrelevant really about the share price today. For me, it's about the RNS. Now, the RNS, you can go on and read it all yourself. I have already sort of extracted some of the key points, and I have put it in the description down below if you care to read that as well. But Kodal Minerals has released a new JORC mineral resource estimate for the Bogani lithium project, and I'll just stop there. I'm going to probably butcher some of these words, but I will try my best to say words. But yes, in southern Mali, revealing a 40% increase in the total resource to 31.9 million tons of 1.06 lithium oxide. This is like this. I don't know where this is huge. 40% increase. That's incredible. But it gets better. The boost is attributed to drilling programs and completed in early 2023, significantly at the Nugalana and Bomo deposits. The updated estimate is crucial for the project's development plans. So absolutely, it gives us more resource. It's a huger area, and the lithium oxide looks of good quality, which is exactly what you want to be seeing. Which included a 2-stage strategy for processing ore from the Nogalana. Anyone can correct me on that, feel free to. Initially and later from the Bomo and come on, man, give me a hope in hell here. Sogololo, I'm not even going to say it. Deposits. Notably increases include the Bomo deposit, 236% increase. That's wild and unbelievable. 9% increase would be great, but a 236% is incredible. And the other one remained unchanged. With future drilling expected to be expanded, the new phase involves drilling at the Bomo blah, 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 and other prospects within the mining license. I'm hoping you are reading this with me. So it makes a bit more sense for these names. The CEO expresses optimism about becoming a significant West African spodumene producer. Significant, that's the key word. It doesn't look like Bernie's is just trying to set up a lithium mining company and hoping for the best. He wants to be significant. He wants to be known in West Africa. There's lithium is one of the most common minerals in the earth. For those that don't know that, so it's not like this is something that's very unique. There's going to be loads of companies that are going to have deposits. They're going to be able to do this type of exploration. Let's just say he wants to be one of the best. So if you're aiming to be the best, even if you fall short of that, you're going to do well. And what I like about Kodal's approach to this is that they've not cut any corners. They're doing it slowly and steady. And I guess, not talking about other miners, but now you're starting to see maybe it's a case of, the tortoise wins the race, potentially. But either way, the targeting production by the end of 2024. So it just re-emphasizes the fact that this is a long hold. And we'll get into the charts in a moment. But this is a long hold, ticking along nicely. The RNSs are getting better by the day. There's things that are going to be out of their control. We know from other miners the issues with getting plant foundations, ground surveys done, civil works, all the construction that goes into these things. There's going to be many hiccups with Kodal Minerals. That is an absolute given. There's no way that everything's going to happen just the way it's meant to happen. So that's why it's important to time, manage your expectations, but look at the resource, look at what they're doing. End of 2024, this time next year, it's hard to imagine that Kodal Minerals won't be Kodal Mineral holders will not be significantly rewarded. It outlines plans for further drilling to uncover additional resources and support future mining planning. They're not looking just to get something out of the ground now and get it shipped out. They're thinking about the future. They're thinking about how big can we make this and what sustainable foundations can we use now for the future. Independent consultants, ERM, conducted the updated mineral resource estimate. So that's a bit of a summary of it. There is a lot more to the RNS. You can scroll down and sort of see the highlights here if you want more of the details. Where else? This is a table for those people that really want to get into the great detail. But hopefully I've done enough there to sort of extract the main points. There is a quote from Bernie that I wanted to read out. Where is it? I don't know where it is. Can't see it. Anyway, he's obviously happy with how the progress is. So the key thing is now, are we going to get the funding agreed by sort of tomorrow? I suspect we're going to hear some sort of announcement on that. And let's have a look at some comments to see what people are saying. So yeah, look, unsurprisingly, there is people commenting about. Can you all see these comments, by the way? I've never done a live stream on the other side, because when I end the live stream yesterday, all these comments were gone, which I was a bit disappointed by. I kind of thought they would stay. So can you all see what everybody's saying? But yeah, let me know if you can in the chat. From someone from Indiana in the USA, Craig Durr. Yep, nice to see you. What time of day is it over there? So as a Prem investor going into Kodal, do you think, or Prem investors going into Kodal, do you think? I think there's been a good crossover always. They always seem to be compared in the same kind of vein, rightly or wrongly. I've seen some people are trying to compare share prices, but I think that those days are kind of, they probably should never have been looked in the same vein, but you can't really compare. They're on two different paths. There is similar, obviously things that people will draw conclusions to, i.e. similar, the same country, they're mining the same thing, but I think really that's about as far as the comparables can go. Different leadership, obviously, for both companies and a different route. So I wouldn't compare them to. I think it does no harm to have money, paper money in either of these stocks and other miners. We've talked about like the likes of other plays like lithium, Fission Lithium, and we've talked about ABML in America. Maybe the guy Greg Durr from Indiana knows a wee bit about ABML's good work in the States. So, you know, we try to cover a lot of these. As I said earlier in the video, there is so much mineral out there that is Symposium that a lot of people will jump on this. Now, one thing we have to take into consideration with any of these lithium miners at the moment is the tonnage of Symposium, the price. It's went off the side of a cliff, which has obviously brought most of these share prices down. There was that bubble that was there sort of 12, 18 months ago. That is very much burst. So bake that in. You know, what's 2024 going to look like? We've had the UK push out the diesel car thing ban over 5 years. So, you know, there's sort of the reliance on fossil fuels and those types of things. Again, that's all been kind of pushed down the road, which has all had a bit of a negative effect as well. So there's a lot of different things to take into. Let me see. Would think today's good is to compensate for tomorrow's. Billy Beck, not a bad point. Yeah, maybe you know, stick that out there to make feel better. But at the same time, you could look at it the other way. Would you not? Most people say, would you rather have the bad news first, or the good news? Most people go get the bad news out of the way. So you could read into that. Time will tell. Who knows? Would think what is it? If this ever gets to 24p, I'll have $1 million in my eyes. Yeah, that would be friggin' unbelievable. 24p as well. Jesus, that is a lottery ticket there. All right, but here, like I said, you know, in 6-7 years time, God knows where you could be. I mean, if you're going to be, if Bernie's going for one of the biggest, best in the game, then you know you're talking about a multi-billion company, and it seems crazy from where we started to where we've got to now, and then where it could go. But if you just keep ticking boxes, the room to grow is phenomenal, but there's a long way to go before we get anywhere to that, you know. Do you cover Wood Boys? Wood, is that a joke? I don't know. I've never heard of that, so sorry. Harold, I don't know. Paul Davey, yes, clear. Yes, can now. Okay, good. There's a way to keep comments after the chat ends. Is there? SCPT Scarlet. Is that a question to me? You're asking me? I don't know. I'm new to all this. I'm working it out, but I will look into that. So it's 8 a.m. in the States, in Indiana. What side of States are you? What's Indiana? Is that East Coast? I love your coverage on American Battery. Well, I'm going to be doing American Battery. I've really neglected it. I haven't done that on purpose. I'm going to pick that up this week. We'll get tore into that. It's been a bit of a horror show recently, but fundamentally it still looks good. But we'll keep that for excitement for another day. So glad you cover this stock. Been in since 2021, and whenever I see your input, it makes me excited about this stock. Well, that's good. Obviously, it is very exciting. It's been one of our better performers. I mean, I'll just bring up the chart again here. You know, on the year, Jesus, 132%. It's been phenomenal. And if anyone's been in it for a long period of time, you know, we started covering this back in March 21, kind of when we first got into it. Where are we? I think I did this video a while ago, but yeah, we're roughly, you know, one period of time, 340%. Right now, you're up about 236. So it's running well. It's running really well. You can see some of the other miners here. Some of them aren't doing so well today. Some are. Say no more. There will be a big pullback on the EVs. A lot of car manufacturers are pulling back on investments. I think that there will be. I think just because I don't know if it's necessarily peeling back on EVs. EVs are going to have to be new cars. You have to bear that in mind. The used car game is going to see a lot more action. It's going to pull back, I think, initially, because there's going to be a bubble in world economics. But I think what you'll find is people aren't just going to be able to afford new cars, full stop, and the new cars are EVs. So I would read into it that way. People aren't going to be able to afford new cars, in my opinion, rather than they're not buying EVs. It's just going to have a knock-on effect because new cars are EVs, I think. Could be wrong, but that's the way I look at it. I will be buying an EV though. I'm waiting for the crash before I buy my EV. You should see my car. It's a Nissan Qashqai. I paid cash for it about this time last year, and I was hoping to get a year out of it before it blew up or something. But it's still going, and I'm driving a banger. But the good thing about driving a banger, and a banger for the States would be, let me see, what would you call a crap car? I don't know. just it's a banger. That's only the term I can describe it like. But it gets me from A to B, and I bought that because I'm sure as hell not paying a car for these prices. I'm waiting for the right time to strike. But I'm looking forward to getting an EV, and my EV of choice, I think, will be a Tesla when the time comes. So tempted to sell some code to get a bounce on Prem. What do you think, Paul? Honestly, man, you've got to do your own due diligence. I don't want to be suggesting anything. I will say briefly on Prem, the ones in the Discord will know I purchased today at 0.24. I was waiting patiently. I haven't been buying. I was going to maybe buy at 0.3, as I said the other day, but I just waited and waited for that drop to come, and I've bought there rightly or wrongly. We will talk about Prem in a future video. No, there is. We are in the... Okay, no, there is. So there is a way of keeping the chat. Okay, I'll have to look into that. Thanks for letting me know. I'll see what I can do. We're in the Midwest, about 2 hours south of Chicago. Chicago. I love to go to Chicago. Is it the Windy City, Chicago? Is that right? Yeah, Chicago would be awesome. I love America. I'm actually thinking of going out. I'm flying to New York, Philadelphia. I'm going to do New York in April, all being well. Fingers crossed, God spares me, to go to WrestleMania, baby. Let's go. Anyway, any wrestling fans in the house, let me know. There will be a big crash with the AIM if and when the economy crashes. I think we're already seeing a huge crash, witnessing between our eyes what you're seeing, and I'll show some stocks the other day. Maybe check out yesterday's video or one of my week ahead videos. A lot of, in my opinion, the high growth plays. I mean, they're all seriously. We know what it is. We'll quickly do a little check on it. Complete sidebar. No, actually, we're not. I'm keeping this Kodal. Let's look at Kodal TA here then. So what have we done? This is on the day chart, and this is the wrong stock. So because I was going, Jesus, what's happened there? Let's bring up the right stock. Okay, that's more healthy chart. Okay, so all these support levels and resistance. So not surprising. Again, this level is going to be tough to break out. Now, what we're looking for here is a close above this sort of level. I probably would actually drag that slightly up to maybe more that level. So yeah, we're going to struggle to get out of this. But for example, if funding news comes tomorrow, we're gone. We're broke out of this, and we'll be at the races. You're looking at the sort of the MACD RSIs, and you're going, yeah, it's starting to get a wee bit overbought. Let me see if I can turn on I'll turn that off. Let me see if I can turn on the see what volume we're dealing with here. So this is obviously a huge buying pressure is coming. Everyone around these levels is looking at this going absolute steal. And I think based on what came out today, what we know, I think definitely fair value Prem is at, or sorry, Kodal is at fair value right now. There's no doubt in my opinion of that. If funding gets confirmed, that's almost saying, yeah, the foundations that we've laid are going to be built on now, and I foresee it pushing on. It's just about getting above this year. You know, if it gets above that, then you've got to be looking at at least another 15% rise in the short term. But you'll be looking for this volume to pick up. There is people buying here. Definitely, you can see there is people buying here. This is not shy of volume, but you can see up around these levels, no one was buying, and understandably, I suppose, because you're going back what 5 years. The 5-year chart is not even going to work. What's happening? Yeah. So you have to be going back to June of last year, really, and you have to bear in mind that time was when we were talking about the crazy prices in Symposium. So that would justify that pump. But fundamentally, the company is so much stronger than what it was. That's April, sorry, 23. That's not that long ago, really. So yeah, these are the types of targets that I'm looking at. I'm looking at if funding comes out, there's no doubt in my mind, regardless of Symposium prices, that you're going to see well above 0.8, all the way up to 1p, anywhere within that range. Lord only really knows how much it will pump. But I would be a bit wary about this. I did buy today just based on the news. I wanted a bigger position. I was fully aware that it was probably going to sell off on the RNS, and tomorrow's could be a disappointment if there's no funding. It could sell off. I don't care. I wanted money in. I'm more than happy with that. And yeah, you were hoping that the news was going to push you above this. If we get a close above this, then that will start acting as a resistance then, and that will start building support up, and we'll probably just dance along and then take the next leg up. Bad news, then yeah, we'll probably sink off, but we're not going to fall off too much. The funding really, in my opinion, the funding is a setback if we don't get it, but it's just a delay in the funding. There's why would anyone not want this? You know what we've just talked about at the start of the video. So, look, I don't want to talk anymore. I'll just have a quick look at any more comments here. Very good customer price index numbers in America this morning. It looks like the cuts will begin on interest rates soon. Yeah, the interest rates are definitely going to cut back. I actually thought originally this time last year to be a pivot this year. That's not the case, I don't think, but it's going to come. It's definitely going to come in 2024. I'm just not so sure it'll happen in a dramatic way. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if you're still looking at, you know, well over 4% this time next year still, but we'll see. This thing around here, I can see it getting to a pan Y and sting around there. Sorry, I'm missing what you're saying there, mate. Oh, penny, sorry. I can see it getting to a penny and sit around there, I assume you mean. Yeah, it might. Yeah, it might. I could see it getting up to those types of levels, and then it's really going to struggle to get above without significant progress and news. You're probably looking at 2024 for anything potentially higher than 1p. 1p would be very good this side of Christmas, that's for sure. I am too likely to skim a little code to lower my Prem average. I'm in their way higher. I'm in their way higher than I'm comfortable with. News on code funds should enable this. Okay, good. Well, like, manage your portfolio, risk management. Don't have all your money in either of these miners. They're still highly volatile. They're still penny stocks. Be diverse. You know, these are small, relatively small proportions in both of these types of miners, and all that. That still keep cash heavy as best you can. I mean, it's all paper money anyway. We don't actually trade anything physical. I've never put a penny into the stock market. It's just all fake paper money. And if you want to learn about fake paper money and listen to more of me, feel free to check out the course down below. We're running it still at £99. The price will be going up in 2 weeks at the end of the month. And I swear to God, I'm never putting it as low as that again. Welcome to the new member, actually. We had somebody join today. I'll give you a shout out here. Just pull this up. Oh, okay, no, that's the wrong thing. Where is it? Welcome. Steely, welcome, man. Bought the course yesterday. You're more than welcome to come along, and let's just have a look at what some people are saying in the Discord. Just all good stuff, really. There's my buy. Again, wee cheeky order put in. Full transparency. I always put in my big orders when it comes to these types of plays, just to keep everyone up to date with my paper trading. Look, a lot of people are really happy with it. Some randomly ADVNF was saying 1p apparently, but yeah, looks like the focus now is turning to the funding and what will happen there. So that's what we're talking about in the Discord at the moment. I will be back with another video. Thanks everyone for tuning in. How many people have we got on this one? 20 plus now. Woo! That's good. I'm really happy with these. I think I'm getting better. I will get a better camera. I will get quality. I mean, I'm so zoomed up, and I'm not sure why I'm so far up, and I'm using my webcam. But that's the video. Thanks everyone for tuning in. I appreciate it. And yeah, please like, subscribe, help me grow the channel. I'm kind of not used to doing these live streams, so I kind of forget what I meant to say. But yeah, please like, subscribe, channel, check out Discord, check out links, all that good stuff. See you in the next one. And then yesterday I said goodbye, and it took me about a minute to get away, so I'm going to try and go away.